So what's going on guys, Kids here and welcome back to a brand new video. For today I will show you the best Dogma 2 class guide. This game in general has a bunch of fun and overpowered classes and vocations to play, and we have a very unique variety to choose from. But the big question is, which classes are actually good for you and the specific activities that you want to do. So I've done a bunch of testing and here are the best classes and vocations that you should try out. So if this sounds interesting to you, then let's get right into it. So then first things first, let me quickly explain how actually classes work in this game. All classes are called vocations, and they are divided into three categories called the starting, advanced and hybrid. The vocation you select for your Horizon or pawns determine the weapons and skills available to them. Additionally, when you make your class decisions, it will impact the way your character stats improve with each level. As the Horizon, you can choose from all the available vocations, while the pawns have a more limited selection. So now let's move over to the starting vocations. In general, there are 4 of them, which is the Fighter, Mage, Thief and an Archer. You can choose from any of these vocations for your Horizon character, and additionally you can also assign them to your pawns. So then moving over to the first class, which is the Fighter. This is your standard starting class, a fighter, which wields a one-handed sword and a shield. This vocation leads more towards defense, rather than dealing massive damage, making his playstyle more of a frontline tank. They not only defend themselves, but also their allies, by placing themselves in the heat of the battle and driving the enemy attack. As the fighter levels up, they can enhance their shield skills, offering you and your allies increased protection. Moreover, you will get skills that can taunt enemies and enhance your damage, which can turn a high-leveled fighter into a formidable force on the battlefield. Then next up we have the Mage. This is a ranged class, which can wield magic offensively, defensively, or even in a support of the entire party. Specifically for mages, only vocations using a staff have access to single healing spell, so this makes the mages an incredibly valuable addition to any party. And as a starting vocation, it also is available to the pawns. While mages can be weak against melee enemies, if they can successfully keep their distance, their offensive spells can pack a powerful punch. The flexibility between support and damage rolls makes the starting vocation more complex to master, but when you learn it, you can become unstoppable. Then moving over to the next one, which is the Thief. This vocation primarily focuses on delivering quick bursts of melee damage to the enemies. The Thief doesn't have the same defensive capabilities as the Fighter, and you will need to be more careful that you don't get caught in the middle of the enemies. However, you will excel against bosses and other strong solo enemies. As a Thief, you are highly mobile and strike quickly many times, rather than dealing a single powerful blow. A Thief's damage done per strike will typically drop with each successful hit, but this is balanced by the sheer number of times they can do it. As the Thief levels up, they can improve not just their damage, but also their mobility, enabling them to quickly dodge attacks, and also giving them an easier time climbing on top of a large creature, in order to deal critical blow and much more. And then for the last and final starting class, we have the Archer. This vocation attacks their enemies by dealing physical damage at range. They don't have a great armor and are therefore more nimble, by moving swiftly across the battlefield to stay out of the attack range, and to find themselves a better position to strike from. Similar to the Thief, Archers typically do not deal single powerful blows, rather they rely on their quickness and skill to fire multiple arrows in a row. As you level your Archer, you will gain access to skills which will allow you to shoot arrows more quickly, or even to fire multiple arrows at once. Other skills will improve your mobility, allowing you to disengage and put some extra distance between you and any attacking enemy. Then now let's move over to the second category, which are the advanced vocations. There are 2 classes in this category, called the Warrior and the Sorcerer. You can choose from any of these vocations for your Horizon character. Additionally, you can also assign them to your pawns. In Dogma 2, you will unlock the advanced vocations through a quest, rather than by reaching a particular level. Every player, depending on their choices, will unlock this at random times, but at some point any player will be able to visit a vocation guild, and here you will be able to pick up a quest. to acquire the necessary weapon type of a particular vocation, a greatsword or a hammer for the warrior, or an archstaff for the sorcerer. In fact, you can accept both quests, and return with each one in order to unlock both advanced classes. So now let's take a look at the warrior. The warrior vocation has no need of the fighter's shield, so they rely on their heavy armor and robust constitutions to carry them through the combat. While they are not as reliably tanky as the fighters, the warriors makes up for it through a massive increase in damage. Warrior specializes in fighting with two-handed weapons, such as the greatsword and hammer. They can charge up their attacks and land powerful single blows. As a warrior, you will be able to level up unique skills, which will allow you to attack multiple enemies with a single swing of your weapon. Additionally, you will be able to also provide crowd control by hitting enemies with stunning blows and much more. If you played other games, then imagine the warrior as your typical barbarian/berserker type of class. And then for the last advanced class, we have the Sorcerer. Choosing the Sorcerer vocation will take your magic wielding abilities to the next level. Sorcerer specializes in the ranged magic attacks and use both hands to channel their arcane energy through large staffs. They will have access to spells that can deal area of effect damage, making them overall more stronger than their mage counterparts. However, the cost of this power is that it takes longer to charge and cast such spells. As a spellcaster, you will have lower defense and will be vulnerable to attacks, so your positioning will be crucial. You will want to ensure your sorcerer is out of range, away from the enemies, because getting hit while channeling your spells can interrupt the cast, and you will have to seek safety and start all over again. The sorcerer is a challenging vocation, but can be devastating on the battlefield once you've mastered it. And then finally we have the hybrid vocations. And there are 4 of them, called the Magic Archer, Mystic Spearhand, Trickster and the Warfare. All of these vocations are only available to your Arisen character, so you cannot choose any of them for your pawns who follow you. Again, similar to the advanced classes, each player will be able to unlock the hybrids at random times, but this time by interacting with the Maester characters, such as the Trickster Luz and the Mystic Spearhand Sigurd. So while you will be leveling, at some point you will meet NPCs who can teach you these vocations by completing a quest for them or just by training with them. So then for the next class we have the Mystic Spearhand. This is a brand new hybrid vocation, which resembles the original's game Mystic Knight. This vocation specializes in both melee and magic, which means that you will have the ability to attack at close and long range. As a Mystic Spearhand, you will fight and do physical damage with your specialized weapon called the Duo Spear. This weapon is unique to this vocation, which will enable you to attack multiple enemies simultaneously. Some of their magic spells will also give you some crowd control abilities. As a Mystic Spearhand, you can also paralyze your enemies, or throw the bodies of the defeated foes directly at each other. Then for one of the last classes we have the Magic Archer. While this might sound like a similar blend of melee and magic that the Mystic Spearhand uses, the Magic Archer is actually more specialized. Your attacks with this class will be done with pure magic. Even the arrows themselves will be magic in nature. This class will primarily engage in long-range combat, utilizing magical arrows for shooting and casting spells. A Magic Archer's arrows is far superior to their physical counterparts, as they always hit their intended target. Moreover, you can specifically choose the elemental nature of your arrows, thereby enabling you to target enemies based on their specific weaknesses. Then for the next one we have the Trickster. This is another brand new hybrid vocation, which specializes in conjuring illusions through the smoke created by their unique weapon, the Censer. The illusions created by a Trickster can cause a group of enemies to attack each other, or can be used as a taunt to draw their attack. Additionally, you can use the smoke to create a spectacular clone, which can draw the focus of the attacker. Another ability allows you to create false areas like, for example, a magic cliff or a wall, which you can see through, but an enemy can't. Overall, this class provides you with the tools to master the surrounding environment, so that your party can attack from their strongest advantage point. Additionally, as a Trickster, you will also get the ability to quickly increase the power of your pawns beyond their normal limits. So basically, this class is half a support, half a damage dealer. And then finally we have come to the last class, which is the Warfare. This is the last new vocation. With this class you can choose to use any combination of 3 weapons in this game. Essentially, your choice of weapons will allow you to switch between any of 3 vocations you choose. As Warfare, you will be able to choose skills from each one of your chosen weapons/vocations. So this will make this class incredibly fun and versatile. It will allow you to adapt your playstyle in real time as you respond to different enemy types, enemy weaknesses and the environment. However, because the Warfare has access to so many skills, they will not be able to level skills as high as a single focused vocation. So players who choose the Warfare vocation will need to be skilled with their chosen weapon type and be able to quickly analyze combat situations to make the most out of this insanely powerful class. So if you can't choose between one or another class, then the Warfare is a good choice to pick up and try out multiple playstyles, and never to be limited to just one weapon or a single class, and that's about it. So with that said, I really do appreciate everyone for watching guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions, feedback or other good Dragon's Dogma 2 builds or guides that you would like to see in the next video, then feel free to leave your comments in the comment section down below. And while you're doing that, please click like, subscribe and enable that notification bell, so this way you could support the channel and not miss any more amazing content. With all this said, you have an amazing day and I will catch you in my next video, so take it easy, peace.